Coach Kyle Smith. Coach, will you start with an opening statement?
Yeah, I was just really pleased for our first home game, and thought we played well. A lot of stretches. I thought Denver played really hard. They came out with in the beginning there was back and forth, and we had a little stretch there. I think when Anthony Batson kind of came off the bench, got our defense going a little bit. Then we had a little towards the end of that first half, we kind of broke it open a little bit, and then they kept competing, and they put us in. We turned the ball over a little bit too much, but and they put some pressure on us here. But we were able to kind of settle down and play really well, I thought.
So, Coach, I asked Maxime, what did you expect from him? Did he give you what you needed, and then also the way Oziyah played today?
You know, Maxime, like I said, I can't say this enough. As far as when you take over a program, your leading returning scorer, he's been the best, most. He's fun to coach. It's an honor to coach him. He cares so much. He wants to be good. And I just thought he was a little antsy, but it's fine. I mean, he had 9 and 8 in the first half, and I think 3 assists and a block. And he was like 4 for 11. So I think he was just trying to, took a couple, shots. I said, those will all be there. He wants to show off. He's put so much work. I said, you'll get the trail threes, you'll get that stuff, but don't keep the main thing. Go put it in the basket. Take good decisions. You should be 60 from 2 and 40 from 3. But have 6 assists, 3 turnovers. His defense, I think, is vastly improved. I'm hoping from last year, but I was really pleased with him.
13 steals, 6 blocks as a team, active passing lanes on ball. How much of an emphasis was that to really kind of bring the defense in?
It's that you can ask them. We pound it every day: defend, rebound, take care of the ball. And we chant it before we go out on the floor, and so it's a non-negotiable if we're ever. And it'll be hard if we can sustain, but it was a great start. And Jalen Blake's, us getting him, we're I think very fortunate because I think it's not what his trait is, toughness and his on-ball defense. I don't think people, not a casual observer would necessarily appreciate it that much. But that you can be good defensively, have some pressure on the ball. I thought Anthony did a good job, and Benny did a good job, and Oziyah's a really good position defender, and he got in on the party. So we're really excited.
Coach, talk to me a little bit more about Blake's and what you saw from him in your first game.
Just he was just had good leadership out there. He just kept on. I thought the first stint he was a little cautious for whatever reason. I'm telling him, you're like it's like a boxing match. I want you to be. You're like the jab with our defense. You're just going to be. And we're okay, and then he gave him a little burst, and then after that he came back the second time with him and Anthony out there, and it was just like I wouldn't have to try to bring the ball up against those guys. They're both 6'6", 6'8" wingspans, really strong, quick feet, long deflections, and I think that wears on a team.
Just how the perimeter shooting. You talk about the perimeter shooting you got from Benny in this one.
Oh yeah, Benny's been like that in every live action. I don't want to take it for granted. He's been great there, and him and with our system, with our hustle stats, everything. Him and Blake's have been really. It measures how hard you compete every possession. Those two have been nails, and it kind of factors in everything. And making some of we weren't like I said we're not a February. You'll probably see offensively things playing together, but Benny bailed us out a little bit, just making some long shots and stuff like that, and he does that. So I told him he has a green light, and I got mad at one of them he took. So he's like, Coach, you got to give me the green light. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I did.
I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Okay. Was Oziyah's play today a pleasant surprise, or did you expect that?
It's been coming. No one has a more, it's like Ray Allen as far as like his preparation, his way he is routine driven. He's never too high, never too low. And as he's learned, he's gotten better. He's got a really growth mindset. And it was whatever it was a pretty easy, I shouldn't say easy, but very efficient scoring game, I thought. I felt like he took shots. He got one at the end of the clock he hits a couple others, but the more comfortable he gets, he's such a good shooter. You can live with a couple bad ones there, and I hope he feels that, getting him in the lineup there, starting us off, and hopefully that's just, I think we can keep growing from there.
Pretty big in the front court, playing two more traditional bigs together a lot of the game. How would you evaluate how that worked out?
It was great. I thought Aiden might have worn down a little bit, and we'd like I said, it's tricky because we've been 4 out, 1 in, and sometimes Aiden's in that package on the wing and stuff like that. And probably when they're both in there, probably need to play more in the middle of the floor, but just gives us such size and length around the rim. And Aiden's a pretty good defender too. He kind of moves the needle both sides. He's a good ball mover. He He can make a three. He can also defensively. He's long and stuff. So really, I think that's especially as we got to get prepared to win in January and February. You're going to need the size, and like Chiz did a great job today. I'm really happy with what he's a little unconventional, somewhat undersized 4'3", but he can really pass and he's strong and gets the foul line, makes some plays. So I thought we did some things there.
You guys, one of the points out turnovers battle 23-8. Just talk about how big of an emphasis that's going to be for you guys this year. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that was it for us to be turning people over, but Jalen will on his own. Like he's just, and like I said, the more it's a function of who you're playing a little bit. But like if Batson's role becomes bigger, Jalen really takes pride in starting their offense further out, stuff like that. Then we'll probably turn some people over, and that's good. So and then we threw a little zone at the end that should help out. That like Jalen Blake's got that and one intentional foul. That was like they got mixed up. He punched the passing lane, got us in one. So stuff like that can create more havoc too.
Coach Rocco Miller, Brackets.org, good to see you. As you navigate the season, it's phenomenal to me. I don't know if it's happened in history where you have 2 straight months of games in California, and then 2 straight months of just a lot of trips to the East Coast. I think 4 of the first 6 in January are going to be at places like Clemson and Carolina. So, less on the analytics side, more on like the roster load management.
Yeah.
Can you use these games in California to your advantage? Kind of, how do you get attacking that overall?
The easiest thing when we're talking about how you're going to play is that you're going to play to win. Like as far as like compete and that stuff, and it was like great because to go to bats and even Talus early in the first half where they have to learn and get better there. That's all for. We're not going to be able to replicate those venues even in the state of California unless we are going to Arizona, which is not California, or Spokane. So there's some of those venues. So we'll figure it out, and I figure it's just about us growing as a team, getting better, taking every opportunity we can, and again, let these guys. Their class load's heavy this term. It lightens up in the winter when we have some traveling, and yeah, no sense in that. But I'm just really pleased. I said this guy. I'm excited. My wife, I've been hard on her all week. She's happy that we got a win. I was worried about it, as always am.
How do you like the 1 p.m. starts? You got 2 of them.
Not bad. I like the result. So I actually always, as a coach, I prefer the noon one. Just get it out of the way. So waiting around all day can be stressful in your routine. But thought our guys played pretty well. So we'll see Friday. We got a few days to recover, and I'm sure. I'll have to look at some Cal State Fullerton. I know Dedrick Taylor's done a nice job down there and been there a long time, so it'll probably give us another look, a lot of quickness, I imagine, and probably keeping guys in front and their quickness to the ball will be a good challenge.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Guys. Maxime Raynaud. On your right, you've got junior Oziyah Sellers. We will open it up for questions.
Oziyah, just talk about kind of your first game in the Cardinal uniform, just generally speaking. How did it feel to get out there and play in front of the?
Man, it felt great. My bad. What was you saying?
Oh, that was.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I felt great. First one in the books, it always feels good to get a win, especially with a new team. Kind of going into unsure how we would be, but I trusted us and we came out with the win, so I'm happy for sure.
Maxime, you guys had, I think, 9 steals in the first half alone. Can you talk about just the intensity on defense, maybe the change in emphasis this season?
Yeah, I mean that's the first thing Coach Shaw and Coach Smith talked to us about is just like be dogs on defense. You can scout hustle. That was his speech before the game and during halftime. So yeah, just like be here in the help, be aggressive on the ball, and I think we had a couple of guys like diving on the ball, and I think that really sets the tone for our season. So yeah, I think that's a good sign for us.
Maxime, you guys had a lot of new players coming into the season. How did it feel to finally put a bunch of you guys for the first time?
Well, it feels pretty good. No, I mean they make life easy for us. I mean JV just picking up 94 feet, making the game super easy for us. Oziyah making a ton of shots, 7 rebounds as well. I mean it's really big time. Also guys that not necessarily that transfer, but that were redshirting last year. Like Aiden started this time, even Ryan. I think they just add a lot to our program, and it's just good to have experienced people from other areas. Like he brings us experience from USC, Cheese from Harvard, even Cole Kastner from Virginia playing lacrosse. So it's really been amazing, and we try to put it all together.
So Maxime, new coach, What was the adjustment you had to make for him, and then what did he tell you that he wanted to get out of you, knowing that you're a new player for him?
Him and I talked pretty early in the summer, and he wanted me to maybe take more space as a leader, which I was not necessarily used to because we had, like Spencer Jones last year, fifth year senior. So that was the main thing for me, just trying to be a leader on and off the court, kind of showing the guys, showing the transfers as well, how we should do it. And on the court, just trying to like make it easy for everybody. If I can be like an anchor point down there, that's going to be easy. And if I can distribute the ball a little bit as well. But yeah, I think the main thing was just trying to be more of a vocal leader and like experienced leader, if I can say.
Maxime, we kind of talk about what you got out of Dealer tonight. Just talk about kind of the growth you've seen from him as a point guard. Yeah.
I mean, I think we can both agree on that. He's like one of the best shooters on our team.
For
Like
sure.
he's just at practice, it's insane every day. And I think the biggest thing for him was to like come out of his shell and like have the confidence to take those shots, have the confidence to go out there and compete. And I think that was the biggest like growth for him. And I think we're all happy about it because obviously we got a big win and he was a big part of it.
Oziyah, the other team went 1 for 9 from 3-point. Do you think that's any credit to your elite, perimeter defense?
I mean, I give credit to our whole defense. It wasn't just me. Like, we were all making stops, a lot of deflection and stuff like that. And that was a big emphasis coming into the game. They shoot a lot of threes. They got a lot of shooters, so we wanted to stop that, and yeah, it worked. So
So is that, Oziyah, at what point did you feel like this is going to be my night?
I mean, I feel like once I get going, it's kind of hard to stop me. So I started off a little slow, just getting in the rhythm and stuff like that. But once I probably hit like my first 2 or 3, I just get going. So yeah.
So a lot of your points came moving off the ball, kind of towards the basket. Can you talk about being able to do that so early in the season, the familiarity you're building with your teammates?
Yeah, that was a big emphasis on the offseason. Just trying to become a more all-around player. A lot of people try to, last year especially, and going into this year, label me as just like a shooter. But I feel like I'm more than that, so that's what I've been trying to show, most importantly. Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, just kind of for you to talk about the transition game. You got a lot of like kind of dunks in transition. Just talk about the kind of first of all, how fun is it to kind of throw it down in transition like that, and B, just kind of what allowed you guys to be so effective in that particular way.
I mean, to answer your first question, it's super fun. I mean, I think everybody kind of loves dunking. I mean, especially if you play basketball. But and I mean, we got those opportunities just from being active on defense. A lot of those were like transitions or off steals or loose balls. So us just being active got me all those dunks. So yeah.
And then on dunking, Maxime was walking through that windmill that you threw down.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, the funny thing is that I had the same one at practice like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I missed it. Coach got mad at us, so I don't know. It was kind of my little get back at him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad our Instagram guys can post that.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you,
We'll be back
guys.
in a
Thank
couple
you.
minutes.